Hi, this is Phil Stewart from HybridMe doing a short video today giving you some reasons why you should consider SkyTrak launch monitors for your golf simulation needs. One of the reasons, of course, is that it's the most affordable, accurate launch monitor on the market today. You can spend more for other systems like GC2, ProT, the ES16 from SkyTrak, TrackMan, FlightScope, but there's nothing really at the price point of the SkyTrak that can give you accurate data. SkyTrak in the UK is about £1,900, and HybridMe are a showcase dealer for SkyTrak. If you find this video useful, if you find any of the other videos I do useful, or if you'd like to go on their website, or if you're looking to design your own simulator, I'd be very grateful if you would consider HybridMe for your project. And if you do decide to purchase a SkyTrak, I'll be grateful if you'd click on the referral link that is on the hybridme.co.uk website, which is listed under the video. Today I'm going to be showing the numbers for SkyTrak and GC2. I've got the GC2 running in left-handed mode. It allows me to place the ball down on the laser dot and have the same shot picked up by both launch monitors. The GC2 is generally regarded as a de facto standard for ball data within indoor environments. So what I'll be doing today is hopefully showing that the SkyTrak data correlates very well with the GC2. I'll be going through my bag from loft wedge through to driver so you can see different shots. On the computer, on the left-hand side, you'll see the GC2 data. Essentially, we're going to be hitting shots on a Jack Nicklaus Perfect Golf driving range, and in the bottom left-hand corner, you're going to be able to see the ball data. It's actually the last shot ball data is this top line. For those that can't see it on the video, I'll be reading out the data and how it compares to SkyTrak, which is the range on the right-hand side. I'll start by hitting a few loft wedges. For the sake of my usage, I place the ball with loft wedges about 1 inch in front of the laser dot with SkyTrak. I feel that it picks up the shots slightly better when I'm using a loft wedge. You'll see the GC2 has little or no delay when it has the shot hit. SkyTrak has a slightly longer delay. Generally 3 seconds would be something typical. I'll go through the ball data now for that shot. The key things I'll be talking about are the measured data, not the calculated data. So the measured data is what's important because that's the data that's fed through to whatever bit of software you're using. SkyTrak 33 launch angle, GC2 says 32.3, 6,600 backspin, 6,800 backspin. 55 ball speed, 58 ball speed on the GC2. There's 860 of draw. There's 727 revolutions of draw. And it's saying I pulled that 9 degrees left on the SkyTrak. It's actually showing I hit it 3 degrees left on the GC2. So quite a bit of difference in some of the figures, but the ball flight was very similar. Although it's a measured figure, and a measured value, I will also show you the carry distance because that's something that people do want to see is accurately represented. And the carry distance in this instance was 54 on SkyTrak and it was showing as 59 on the GC2. I'll hit a few more, try and push a couple right so they don't all go left. It's a little bit difficult when I'm standing next to the GC2. Here we've got 30 degree launch angle, 29.9, 7,300 backspin, 3,500 backspin, quite a big difference. Ball speed of 43, ball speed of 43. Side spin 300 draw, side spin almost 2,000 draw the GC2 is showing. And the carry distance 35 on the SkyTrak, 34 on the GC2. So again we've seen a couple of differences, but the ball flights generally have gone a similar distance and it's difficult with the loft wedges to pick up all the shots. Slightly thinner shot. The two systems aren't exactly aligned. That's a bit tricky to do, but I've done the best I can to kind of just get the two picking up shots. 29 launch angle, 28.2, 7,000 backspin, 7,031 backspin, 42 ball speed, 41 ball speed, 501 of draw, 689 of draw. It says I centered that one and it's saying 1 degree left on the GC2. So all in all, pretty accurate data. I will just try and hit one smaller chip, which is probably the hardest shots for the GC2 to pick up, or when you're on the edge of the green and you just want to do little chips. In this instance, the GC2's picked it up, the SkyTrak's picked it up, almost identical shots in terms of ball flight. 36 launch angle, 36, 2,100 backspin, 2,120 backspin, so only 3 different. 19 ball speed, 19 ball speed, 336 of draw, 354 of draw. It says I pulled it 4 degrees left on the SkyTrak. It says I pulled it 2 degrees left on the GC2. So all in all, I'd say some differences, but at the price point, pretty accurate data. I'm going to skip ahead now to use a 9-iron for a couple of shots. Let me place the ball down. It's slightly different for me, difficult with the stance. I've hit that really badly, chunked it left. But you'll see again from a ball flight perspective, the two look identical. The carry was 87, now that's a calculated distance. GC2 is showing 85, would have been very similar shots. In terms of the actual measured data, 19 degrees launch angle, 18, 1900 backspin, 1900 backspin, 76 ball speed, 77 ball speed, 840 of draw, 994 of draw, 4 degrees left. GC2's showing 2.6 degrees left, or 3 degrees, very, very similar. I'll try and hit a clean shot this time. That's much cleaner. They tend to go a little bit left because of my stance. You'll notice ball flights again, almost identical. 23 launch angle, 22.3, 7,300 backspin, 7,400 backspin, 96 ball speed, 96 ball speed, 224 revolutions of left, 90 revolutions of left, very similar. It says I pulled it 3 degrees left. It says GC2 1.3 left. So if anything, the two systems may just be 1 degree off in terms of how they're aligned, because it seems to be that the GC2 is showing it slightly less left than SkyTrak is. So perhaps I will just make the tiniest adjustment on the GC2. So that's the 9-iron. I'm going to go through now and hit a 6-iron. These are brand new clubs I got yesterday. For anyone that cares, they're Callaway XR Pros, and from the initial shots, I think they're fantastic, absolutely fantastic and great distance. I just wish I didn't have to have an impaired stance. So I've pushed that, if anything, a tiny bit right with fade. Ball flights, absolutely identical, I would say. For a 6-iron, it's a reasonable carry. 21 launch angle, 21. 5,300 backspin, 5,300 backspin. Only 8 difference. Ball speed 115, ball speed 115. Side spin 918 a fade. 763 a fade on the GC2. SkyTrak says I centered it. GC2 is showing it's 0.3 degrees right, so I centered it. So almost exactly the same data. I'll hit another shot with the 6th, and then I'll go down to a 4. Again, both started off left, both a little bit of fade. Not quite as clean a hit. 17 degrees launch angle, 16.7, so 17 degrees launch angle. 5,100 backspin, 5,300 backspin. 112 ball speed, 114. 442 a fade, 383 a fade. It started 4 degrees left. GC2 says it started 2 degrees left. If I was playing on a course, it would accurately represent the shot I hit. That was the 6-iron. I'm going to work my way down to a 4-iron. I used to use hybrids until I got a 4-iron yesterday. I don't hit a 4-iron, I use a kind of rescue club. So let's see how we get on here. That felt pretty good, pulled it left again. If anything, possibly a bit more fade on the SkyTrak, but we will see. Decent ball flights. The carry is 182 on SkyTrak, 192 on GC2, pretty close, and those figures are calculated, not measured, so they'll use different algorithms. 13 degree launch angle, 13.5 launch angle, 3,900 backspin, 3,960 backspin. Ball speed 123, ball speed 127, so the GC2 is possibly saying slightly higher ball speed, thus the difference carry. 448 a fade, no side spin, so it says I pretty much centered that one. 4 degrees left on the SkyTrak, 4 degrees left on the GC2. So once again, I'll hit one more 4-iron. I'd be very pleased with these shots being picked up, and I'm actually placing the golf ball always just in front of the laser dot. That was slightly cleaner. That felt very good. I'd hope for a little bit more carry this time. And this is a 4-iron. 16-degree launch angle, 16-degree launch angle, 2,950 backspin, 3,300 backspin, 127 ball speed, 128 on the GC2, 600 of fade, 318 of fade, so a bit of difference on the ball spin. 2 degrees left on the GC2, half a degree left, sorry, 2 degrees left on the SkyTrak, half a degree left on the GC2. Again, I'd be very happy with the ball flights. In terms of carry, SkyTrak's saying I carried the 4-iron 201, GC2's showing I carried it 201. I would be absolutely delighted if my shots were being picked up at this kind of accuracy with a system that cost £1,900 instead of over £6,000 with the GC2. I'm now using a 3-wood. For anyone that cares, it's a TaylorMade M1. Just want to make sure I don't hit the unit. Could be a very expensive video in that case. So that was a horrible hit. Should have had a bit of a warm-up, but went way left. I don't know which one's showing worse. Neither a good shot, but anyhow, let's show the readings. It's important that it picks up bad shots, not just good ones. Let's start with launch angle 10 degrees, GC2 is showing 8. Because it's at the extremity of the vision, I wouldn't be surprised if either one was picking up slightly different data. 2,867 backspin, GC2 is showing 2,713, very close. Ball speed 139, ball speed 144, so slightly higher on GC2. 540 of draw, 902 of draw on the GC2, 7 degrees left on the SkyTrak, 9 degrees left on the GC2. As it was, one thing's for certain, it was a horrible shot, horrible connection. The carry was pretty good though, 215 on the SkyTrak and 219 on the GC2. Let me try and hit one properly. Again, I've hit that a bit low and it's gone left. It's difficult with my stance to be able to avoid hitting in the left. Sometimes with lower shots, I notice a bigger delay on SkyTrak, but unfortunately it looks like this one hasn't actually been picked up. So I will hit another one. I'll put the ball actually on the dot here rather than in front of it, which I have been doing for the last few shots. That's a much cleaner hit. Very similar ball flights, possibly GC2 a little bit further left. 227 carry, again that's measured, that's a calculated, not measured. 236 carry on GC2, very similar and using different algorithms. Ball data, 11 degrees launch angle, 9.5 on the GC2, slight difference. Backspin 3,300, backspin 3,400, very similar. Ball speed 144, ball speed 149, so the GC2 is picking up a higher ball speed. Side spin, 240 of fade. GC2, 180 of fade. SkyTrak says I centered it. You can actually see it actually went slightly left of center, so that's rounding. GC2 is showing 1 degree, 1.5 degree left of center. So again, very, very similar figures. I'll hit one more with the 3-wood and then get out the big dog, the driver. And I wish I really had a few warm-ups with the driver because I didn't drive well yesterday when I tried. Again, that's not a bad hit. Probably better than the previous one. Looks like ball flight's similar. Possibly the SkyTrak's showing fade or little no spin. GC2 is showing a bit of draw. 14 degree launch angle, 12.5 on the GC2. 2,600 backspin, 2,800 on GC2. Ball speed 140, ball speed 144 on the GC2. Little or no side spin, a little bit of fade on the SkyTrak. A little of draw on the GC2, so that's the slight differences in ball flight. 187 the GC2, and that little blue bar that you can see just pointing to the right on the SkyTrak is showing where it's rounding, so that's probably about 100 of fade. And it's also showing I centered it on the SkyTrak when in fact I obviously hit it about 1 degree right, you can see that, and the GC2 is showing 1.8 degrees right, so very, very similar. Carry distance is 229, SkyTrak, for what it's worth, GC2 is showing 237. At this point I will go and hit my driver. And then I will have taken up as much time as I wish to of other people's, but I'd be very, very happy with the data that's been picked up so far. Again, I'm pulling them a bit left because normally I'd have a slightly wider stance with my left foot, I feel. Reasonable hits, I'd be quite happy with that as a drive. Similar ball flights. The carry, for what it's worth, on the SkyTrak is 235. On GC2 it's 249, so possibly there'll be a difference in ball speeds, but let's have a check. Launch angle 15, launch angle 15. 2,100 backspin, 2,000 backspin. 141 ball speed, 143 on the GC2. Close, but just slightly higher. It says it's centered, just a tiny bit of draw. GC2 is showing 35 of draw, identical. 4 degrees left on the SkyTrak, 4 degrees left on the GC2. So those shots could not really be much better in terms of how well they were picked up. Tiny bit of difference in launch angle and also in ball speed, which probably isn't a surprise given, although they're on similar mats, the SkyTrak is possibly, you know, half a centimetre higher than the GC2 because it's actually on a mat on top of artificial turf, whereas the SkyTrak is sitting on the mat that I'm hitting, the GC2's on the mat that I'm hitting the ball from. I'll hit 2 more drives. Pulled that left again. Ball flights, almost identical. In fact, I'm going to say identical. 16-degree launch angle, 14.9, so 1 difference. 2,400 backspin, 2,479 backspin, very, very close. 141 ball speed, 143 on GC2. Side spin, 600 of fade, 527 of fade on the GC2. It started 4 degrees left on the SkyTrak, it started 4 degrees left on the GC2. I'll hit 1 last drive. And then I will thank you for your time, and I hope this gives some people assurances as to the accuracy of the 2 systems. Well, of the SkyTrak to the GC2. Oh, save the best for last. Not. So, slightly different ball flights. I'd certainly rather it was the SkyTrak one. It didn't feel that good, to be honest. Certainly wasn't clean. 11 degrees launch angle, 10.3 on the GC2. 2,340 backspin. 1,000 picked up by the GC2. Very, very low. Ball speed 149 on the SkyTrak. 153 on the GC2. 440 of draw, SkyTrak. 900 of draw on the GC2, 4 degrees left on the SkyTrak, 3.5 degrees left on the GC2. They do have slightly different perspectives, so that might be why one of them went flying off and not. So hopefully that's given thought. I did promise I'd actually hit a drive right to make sure that it shows okay on that side, so I will hit 1 last one, and I will, here I am blaming my stance, and in fact, there's nothing at all to do with my stance because I can stand as I wish. That's higher. And it's pretty clean. Again, I'd be happier with the GC2 drive, but they both felt pretty good. Carry 224 SkyTrak. Oh no, I've got under it. 212 on the GC2. 20 degree launch angle, 20 degree launch angle, 2,800 SkyTrak. Backspin 3,200, ball speed 136, ball speed 132, side spin 735 of fade. Side spin's actually showing the tiniest bit of draw on the GC2. It says it was centered on the SkyTrak, that I didn't hit that one off target, and the GC2 is saying the same thing, that it was centered. So all in all, you know, I'd say very, very good. Some differences when you're at the loft wedge and particularly the driver. Again, I'm pulling everything left today, so I think I'll stop the video at that point. Both shots left, both shots similar-ish ball flights. Thank you for your time. If I can do anything further in terms of gathering data, doing any other videos you'd find useful, please let me know. Any comments, please also let me know. As mentioned, If you're looking at designing a simulator and you need to source components like PC, projector, launch monitor, mats, netting, impact screens, HybridMe are a reseller. We'd love to be part of your project, and please get in touch. Thanks for your time.